4, that there was no impeachment. The constitutional threshold was never met. That petition, you nullify the impeachment. You render the decision according to the pleas of the petitioner in the amended petition. Then your lordships, and my lady, if peradventure you were to dismiss the petitions, hearing, it would be very embarrassing. So I suggest, in deference to that constitutional authority of the Court of Appeal, that you defer the rendering of this judgment. We can be heard tomorrow because we filed our submissions ready for the 4th of June in that E586. And then the ship can sail. You can render a judgment whether to dismiss or grant. Thank you.
Do you have an order from the Court of Appeal on this issue?
The Court of Appeal, as a matter of judicial notice, my learned friends will be aware, has a way of disposing of any matter.
I don't think we are for argument. I've asked, do you have an order from the Court of Appeal stopping or arresting this judgment?
As we speak right now, no, because the order of business,
you have
the Court of
answered
Appeal.
me. You have answered me.
May I finish, Judge?
You have answered me, and I have accepted that answer. I will now ask some of the parties here to respond to that.
May I finish before they respond, just for good order? My lords and my lady, we do not in the list, I do not in the list, want to bring any theatrics or sabotage the administration of justice before you. What has provoked this particular move to the Court of Appeal is the aborting of the hearing on the 4th of June, 2026. And so that my learned friends can respond. On the 7th of May, before you, learned Senior Counsel Professor Agido Mugai gave me the podium so that then you could address everybody in E586. On that day, you gave, in the presence of everybody here, the 4th of June as a hearing date. So that as they address that, it is common ground that that petition was to be heard before the date to render the judgment was given. Thank you, Your Lordships. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.
The subject matter raised by Mr. Kinanjui relates to a file which is not before us here. And we have not taken any record in this particular file. But for the purpose of transparency, I will ask the parties who are expecting a judgment from us for their comment.
My lords, my ladies, I have the instructions from the team of the first petitioner, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, to make representations on his behalf. We have come here to pick the judgment in the petition before you. We have not received any order from the Court of Appeal stopping today's proceedings. We actually, as a matter of fact, not participating in that matter at the Court of Appeal, and therefore it will be very curious for us to have our legitimate expectations to get a judgment today interfere with a matter in which we are not participating. In the absence of a formal directive from a court higher than this, the Court of Appeal stopping this judgment, we ask you to deliver our judgment as scheduled today. That's all.
Thank you.
Of the 44th petitioners, my lord, I associate myself with petitions made by senior counsel. The fact that that file is not before you, my lord, form the basis upon which this judgment can be deferred. And most importantly, my lord, counsel having not given sufficient reasons, my lord, for adjournment, my lord, or arresting the judgment, my lord, I think the legitimate expectations of the 4th to the 49th petitioners, my lord, is that you render yourself, as you set your mind and yourselves to do, this afternoon, my Lord. We are opposed to that application.
Thank you.
In the interest of time, I will speak for all my colleagues, for the respondents, and we associate ourselves with the submission of learned senior counsel, Mr. Ongoya. Yes.
Thank you.
My Lord, on behalf of the third interested party, we associate ourselves with the submissions of the lawyers for the petitioner, first petitioner, and wish that, my Lord, you could deliver judgment as it has been agreed before. I thank you, my Lord.
Thank you.
Your Honor, on behalf of the second petitioner, we associate ourselves with the submissions of the other petitioners, and we say in the absence of a court order for stay, then we see no need of stopping judgment. That's all.
My lords and my ladyship, appearing for the 43rd petitioner, we also associate ourselves with the submissions of Senior Counsel Ongoya, and in the absence of a clear order and in respect of our legitimate expectations to deliver the judgment, we then oppose the application. Thank you.
I take it that parties are now ready